Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, guys? Let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. Let me know if everything is all right. Amazing. Amazing. All right, guys. Anyway, so today I wanted to come on here and talk to you a little bit about grammar. And not just grammar, but I want to share with you a couple of life hacks that I discovered throughout the years when I was learning, and which made everything a lot easier for me. And I'm all about, clarity, and I'm all about helping y'all. So let's just do it. And I'm gonna just put it on the screen right now. Let me know if you can see it. And let me know if you can't, but you should be able to. All right. Looks like you can see it. And I'll break it down for you first, and then I'm going to answer your questions second. And then we're going to talk about more cool stuff. All right. English, grammar, life hacks. So the first life hack, and it might be easy for you, it might not be, but it never hurts to go over that stuff again. But the difference between tell and say, please let me know if it's relevant for you. Let me know if you get confused sometimes. Do you? So, well, if you do, and even if you think you don't, I'm sure you do every now and then. But okay, so when we use tell to talk to somebody, right? So the focus is on the message here, on what you want to say itself, and the person you're talking to is mentioned right after. All right. But when we use say, we use it to express thoughts. And the focus here is on the actual words, not on what's being said, but on how it's being said, on the actual words. And there's no direct recipient, but it's possible to say who the person is with to, right? She told me to quit smoking, right? There's me right after told. And then she said quit smoking. The focus is on the actual words, not the person and not the message. You understand that? Let's try. So what's the word that we're going to use in the first sentence? I couldn't even a word. She kept interrupting me. Okay. Vlada said say. Uriel said say. Olga say. Angelica say. Uliana say. Booker said say. Baha said say. So pretty much everybody's saying say for the first one. And yes, it is say because again, the focus is on the words. And here we're specifically saying a word. You understand? Number two, Mr. Pierce, blah, blah, Jake to call his mom in the middle of class. Somebody's in trouble. Somebody is in trouble. Good, good. Good, guys. Really, really good. So yeah, here we're gonna have told for the simple reason. And the reason is that we got who Mr. Pierce is talking to right after. Told Jake. And when we have a person right after, it always should be tell, right? Or in this case, told. Number three, there's two in number three. Are they the same? Are they different? And here's where, yep, confusion starts here. And I don't blame you guys because you out here talking about objects like it takes an object to use tell, but no, it's not the reality of it. For number three, both answers are say. There's no tell here. If you have something to say, you have to say it to me now. You can use say with an object too. Don't forget. You can use say with an object too. But look closely though. You have to say it to me now. There's an object here, but it's not coming right after the word. We have it in the first place, and then we have to me, and that's the only way we can use say with an object. Say could also be used with an object, but here actually what's helping us is the focus, and the focus is not on the message. The focus is on the words. Say them, say the words, right? That sort of thing. All right, number four, guys. Somebody wants blah 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 me that I should wash my hands after coming home. The hell? But what's the word here? What's the word that we're looking for? Somebody wants blank me that I should wash my hands after coming home. All right, a lot of people are getting confused with the tense, but the idea is right. So yeah, somebody once told me that I should wash my hands after coming home. Yes, because we have me. So that's why we're going to use tell, and it says once, somebody once. That indicates a past tense. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, let's move on then. Make or do. Do you ever confuse make and do? I'm wondering. Alrighty. So, all right, as you can see here on the slide, do is used if you have to work or put any effort into the action. But make is used for creating or doing something that requires less physical energy. So, I have to do homework, right? We have to put effort in it, right? Physical, like actual physical effort and time. I don't have time to make friends. This is not really work. making friends is not work. So we use do for everything related to any kind of work, and make we use to talk about creating or doing something that is not related to work. So that's basically the life hack. And let's try to figure this out together real quick. I have to blah 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 the dishes. My mom is yelling at me. Which one are you gonna use here? It should be pretty obvious to y'all though. Amazing, you guys. Amazing. Very good. It's also, you hear it a lot together. I have to do the dishes. Cool. What about number two? It would be terrible if we had to actually make them, right? Make the actual dishes. You have to like make the plates and bowls and stuff. Crazy. Vlada, good job. Uriel, good job. You guys really ignore the past tense here. It's really weird to say you make a promise. Don't forget that. It makes more sense to put it in the past. You made a promise. Don't forget that. Right? You understand what I'm talking about? You should. You should. You guys are smart. All right, number three. I have to blah 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 research for my new book. All right, all right. Hmm. Some people are getting confused here. That's cool though. But here's what's up. It's do research. I really have to do research for my new book. Uh, some people say make, and let me just assume because I think I was in a similar situation before. So when I was learning English, still just learning, um, I was taught by a teacher that you have to say make research. And then I was talking to a person from the States and I said make research. And then they were like, what? What are you saying? I don't understand you. How do you make research? And then I figured it out. You have to say do research. And my teacher was wrong. And that's why I stopped getting teachers and started teaching myself. Anyway, again, it would take a long time to make the research from scratch. Yes, Uriel, you're right. They actually would. All right. And the last one, can you please blah, blah, blah me a favor? All right, good. Good. Do. The answer here is do, because you actually have to work. It's a favor. You have to do something for somebody. You have to actually put effort in it. So that's why it's due. It is actually due. Good job, you guys. Really good job. All right. This should be pretty easy for you guys, but the difference between come and go. Come is used for returning to the place where you are or were, and go is used for getting further away from the place where you are or were, right? Go away or come back, right? She but here's where it gets a little tricky. Look, she came to her mother for advice. This sentence here is told from the mother's perspective. She came to her mother. So we are where the mother is. We are in the mother's, we are speaking from the mother's perspective. She came to her mother for advice. The second one, she went to her mother for advice. Same stuff, exactly the same sentence, same meaning, but we are talking from her perspective. She had to go away somewhere to her mother because we're not with her mother, we are with her. But in the first, we are with her mother. Even if it's not physical, we are mentally with her mother. So she came to her mother for advice. All right, it's all about if you're approaching somebody or something, or if you're leaving where you are right now to go there, right? It's different perspective. So I always get questions, which one is right? Come or go? Both are right. You just have to figure out whose perspective you're taking. That's the thing. And be very careful when you do that. Very, very careful. Let's try this real quick. I know it's easy for you. Let's try it. I'm sorry, but I have to. Yeah, right, you guys, right. But you can also say, come. I'm sorry, but I have to go. You're somewhere and you're trying to leave. I'm sorry, but I have to come. Let's say you're at home and your friends are at their home, whatever, and then they're like, okay, don't come here, don't come here, and you're like, I'm sorry, but I have to come, right? So all like it's all about really just taking one's perspective. That's really what it is, honestly. All right, number two, please, blah blah blah, back as soon as you're done. Yep, you're real. Depends on the perspective. Come back, come. All right, guys, good, good. Please come back as soon as you're done. That's good. But you can also say go. Please go back as soon as you're done. Again, depending on where your perspective is. Please come back as soon as you're done. You're at home and somebody left to do something, and you're like, okay, when you're done, come back, right? Or if somebody came to you to do something and then you want them gone after they're done, you can say, please go back as soon as you're done. After you're done here, leave, go back. You know what I'm saying? So it could be both. Again, perspective is a tricky thing. All right, number three. I would like to blah, blah, blah on vacation. Yep, go. Go. I would like to go on vacation. In this case, Here, um, it's only go. Come on vacation sounds a little strange. I wouldn't say that even with a shifted perspective. Still, go on vacation is pretty standard kind of combo, and go ahead and use that. And number 4, can you blah 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 over to my place? Yep, come over. Come over. That's actually a phrasal verb. So that's a pretty standard combo again. Good. Amazing, you guys. Amazing. All right, we have a couple more. And then we'll talk about something else. But okay. So infinitive and gerund. That's a difficult topic for most. So okay. I'm really good at blah 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 pasta. So, is it to make or making? Which one is it? We got a little bit of confusion here. It's okay though. Okay. Good guys. Most of you got that. But it's making. And I'll tell you why it's making. Because prepositions really like gerunds. Prepositions really like gerunds. And gerunds are ing verbs, right? And verbs with ing, they're called gerunds. Why? There's no explanation why. That's just the rule, and that's just how it is. After a preposition, which is at, for, on, and all of those, you're always gonna want to use gerunds, not infinitives. I'm sorry for breaking your heart, not to break. I'm really bad at parallel parking, right? I plan on getting to the top of my field, right? So that's just how it is. After prepositions, always use gerunds if you're in doubt. Good guys. We have a couple more. Okay. In, at, or on. A lot of people get confused with that. In, at, or on. So they're all can be used for a location, right? For some kind of location to indicate where you are. Well, you're going to use in when you're talking about inside of the place. In, for example, like building. In the building, inside of the place. At is like sending a location on the map. At is for cafe or any kind of establishment. It's going to be at. And then on works for places that look like a line or move in a line. It's a little weird. But like a street looks like a line. If you look at your map of your city, a street looks like a line. Beach also looks like a line. Train moves in a line. So that's how we're gonna use on. On the street, on the beach, on the train, because it's a line, moves like a line. And here's an example. I'll be at the cafe, in the red building, on Washington Street, in inside of something, at somewhere, like sending a location on the map, like when you're sending somebody your location or like a pin, whatever. If I'm having coffee inside of the cafe, can I say I'm in the cafe? Yes. If that's where your perspective is, remember, it's all about perspective. If that's where your perspective is and you're saying, all right, I'm inside of the cafe, then that's cool. You also can say I'm at the cafe, and that's also fine. And it almost means the same thing. Almost. As far as where you're located. But it's all about perspective. Perspective games are real. The is it's like it's a medium sound. It's not tense, but it's not relaxed. It's something in the middle. Let's try this. Let's meet blah 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 the library. Good guys. Good guys. Yeah, at would be the most popular choice here for every native speaker, but in also works. At would be your first choice though. At would be your first choice. Just saying. Just saying. In works too, but at should be your first choice. Number 2, are you blah 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 the peer? Why at? Because we use at for locations or names of establishment. On. Very nice. Very, very nice. On. Are you on the pier? Because a pier looks like a line. If you don't know what a pier is, go look it up right now. But a pier looks like a line. At the pier, no, at the pier won't work. No, it doesn't make sense. At the pier doesn't make sense. But on the pier is perfect. You don't need anything else here. All right, number 3. I won't be able to talk. I'll be blah 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 the plane. Interesting, you guys. Interesting. So the answer is actually on. I won't be able to talk. I'll be on the plane because the plane, it moves in a line. It moves in a line. So we're going to say on. You can say in the plane too, but in the plane means inside of the plane. And that's not what we're talking about. You're not saying I won't be able to talk because I'll be inside of the plane. You're saying you won't be able to talk because you'll be on the flight. You know what I'm talking about? It's not inside of the plane. It's not, that's not the reason why you won't be able to talk. Not because you're inside. but it's because you're gonna be on the flight. On the flight. On the plane. It's always on the plane, guys. For most things, it's gonna be on the plane. In the plane is very specific. Very, very specific. And that's not what you wanna talk about most of the time. Then the last one, I can't walk blah 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 the street. It's so crowded. All right, guys. This is also perspective. Also perspective. I'm gonna tell you right now that a lot of native speakers are gonna say, "I can't walk in the street. It's so crowded." To walk in the street is to actually walk beside people, between the crowd, among people. That's in the street. On the street works also. On the street is fine as well, but again, it's perspective. It's all about how you want to approach this. In the street is just more hands-on. It's just more like I am between people. I am in the actual street, but it's too crowded. I wouldn't be able to walk in the street because it's too crowded. My perspective is inside of the street, right inside of the street between people. That's where my perspective is. If I say on the street, my perspective shifts. It's a little different. I'm not inside of it anymore. I'm just kind of moving forward. So that's basically what it is, guys. All right. And one of the last ones, actually, we have a few left, but they're pretty short. Um, you know the difference between me and I, right? I is used for the one performing an action or the subject of the sentence, and me is used for the one receiving an action or the object of the sentence. I can't trust you, or you can't trust me, right? You should be able to know this. This is pretty easy. But just in case, let's try this. My friends and blah, blah, blah wanted to go to the mall. Amazing, you guys. Amazing. The answer is I. My friends and I wanted to go to the mall. My friends and I, because I means performing the action. My friends and I wanted to go to the mall. It's only I. Okay, number two. Are you lying to? I just explained. Only I works here because I is used for the ones performing the action. Me is for the one receiving the action. And yes, the second one is me. Are you lying to me? Because we are receiving this action. Amazing, guys. Amazing. Let's keep it up. Number three, blah, blah, blah. Don't like being lied to. All right, good. Good, guys. I don't like being lied to because, again, we are performing this action. I don't like, right? We are performing this action. And number four, please get away from. Good, guys. Good. Get away from me. Amazing. Amazing work. Do you know about punctuation of quotations? And the life hack here is we keep the punctuation inside of quotation marks. The punctuation is inside of quotation marks. Look, he said, "What are you doing?" Do you notice how the question mark is inside the quotation marks? I don't understand. Comma inside of the quotation marks. He told her, "Can you repeat, please?" Question mark inside of the quotation marks. So that's a life hack as well. When you're trying to do quoted speech or write quotes with he said, she said, I told her, whatever, whatever. The punctuation is always inside of quotation marks. That's just the rule. That's just the rule, and you just have to take it for what it is. How long? Whenever you're trying to ask or answer this simple question, consider doing so in perfect progressive. How long? How long have you been thinking about it? I've been thinking about it for quite some time, right? So every time you're trying to ask somebody, and the main kind of idea behind the question is how long, always go with perfect progressive. How long? How long have you been thinking about it? How long? I've been thinking about it for quite some time. And again, if you're trying to respond, you're also going to use perfect progressive. All right, all right, all right. And the last life hack for today. The last life hack for today. All right, so when you're dealing with some phrasal verbs or any word combinations, place the stress on the first word. That's a mistake that again, it's not 100%. There are exceptions. This will only work about 80% of the time. And it's actually pretty good too. 80%, that's pretty good. All right. So basically when you have two words put together, you always want to put the stress on the first word. It's a very common mistake that everyone does. Everyone does that, and everyone makes this mistake. Can you pick up some food? That's the stress, not pick up. Pick up, not pick up. Pick up. The stress is on the first word. Can you pick up some food? Not can you pick up some food? That just sounds strange. Very, very strange, right? And number two is very specific, but okay. I'm going to go to Burger King, not Burger King. Burger King. The stress is on the first word. I'm going to go to Burger King. It sounds really weird if you say, I'm going to go to Burger King. Burger King? What is Burger King? I only know Burger King. Burger King. All right. So the stress is always on the first one. And that's kind of, it's kind of how you want to think about it and how you want to do it. So yeah, these were 10 life hacks for English grammar and beyond. And yeah, guys, it's easy stuff when you think about it that way. But trust me, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone. Yeah, if you have any word combinations, you always want to put the stress on the first word. Pick up, call up, right? Call out. Always the first. All right, so here's what's up. This is basically, the life hacks were pretty easy, pretty simple, and pretty, not entry level, but I would say it's like, a little past beginner level. But are you ready, guys? I'm asking you right now, are you ready to take it up a level? Are you ready to move up and take it up a notch? Are you ready? All right. So here's what's going on. I, just for you, just here, I have a special deal on my brand new course on English grammar. And in my course, I'm teaching guys infinitive and gerunds in detail. All of the conditionals. Somebody asked today about conditionals. In my course, I have every conditional known to mankind, even the mixed conditionals. I have everything on there. We have conditionals, we have infinitive gerunds, we have articles. If you have problems with articles, the or I don't know which one to use. Everything is there, and I explain everything in great detail. So the first link in the description box, it's the course. And there's a discount right now. It's at a discounted rate until the 31st of January. So if if you guys want to do it, you should do it now. You should do it before the 31st because this deal is good. This deal is really good. This discount is really good. And if you're ready to level up, if you're ready to take it up a notch, if you're ready to learn more and explore, I encourage you guys to sign up for the course. And I promise you, you're going to like it. And I promise you, it's going to make your English better. If you take the time, if you take the time to work, and, I'm giving you all the knowledge possible. Everything. I'm giving you all the knowledge possible. And it's your turn to do something with it and take your English to the new level. And I promise you, you can do it. It's all about what you do with the information that I'm giving you. But yeah, guys, the first link, sign up. And just because you're here today, just because you came and hung out with me, and I really appreciate it, and I really love you and appreciate you guys. Second link in the description, a free gift from me to you. A little, a little something that I put together for you guys. Conditional expressions, something, extra. If you want to take the course, I would really appreciate that. And it would be very, very helpful, or just for you, some phrases to start your conditional sentences with. Second link in the description. Second link in the description. A little gift because I really appreciate you. Thank you very much for coming here today and enjoy this gift. And all right, you guys, I hope to see you all, people in the chat asking questions and people who were here just silent. I hope to see you all on my new course on grammar. If you have problems with grammar, you have to do something about it. You just have to. All right, you guys. See you there. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me here. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Have a good day or night, depending on where you are in the world and when you're watching this. All right. Take care.